Guys, remember when I said the trains are bullshit? Yeah, it's kind of still true, you
Foot
know?
of the rail. And we made a terrifying discovery.
Our rail is twisted.
Oh no! I'm sorry, Veritasium. I'm sorry you have to know that trains exist, you know? What? How much work do you need to maintain the stupid rails? It's insanity. Do you have to do this often? I don't know what's going on. They're kind of like joining these things together. There's no joins. They're just welding them together. I guess it worked, you know? I guess they figure out how to handle trains, but wow. They're ugly as fuck right now. We get to zoom in. So I haven't actually watched the full video. Let's find out. And I want a little bit more context if possible. I think I lost something. Lost my sense of how to weld two rails together, you know? Yep. Continuous welded rail. Okay.
When they get cold in winter and expand in the heat of summer. Gaps in the rail, people expected kilometers of railway to expand and buckle, leading to the worst possible outcome. Train derailments.
Nah, it's a pretty good outcome because they're bullshit.
We're just gonna...
I want to bring back this video, not only for the fact that... Well, I put a lot of work into it, apparently. Digging out some of the bullshit things that trains do. It was inspired by John Oliver, talking about trail derailments. And I was arguing with a bunch of people without being able to change my minds. Too much, I guess. People have like very romanticized view of railways and trains, but it's just like the first and most obvious thing about trains that make no fucking sense is that they don't use roads, these trains. They don't use regular things that other things can use. Trains are divas. They want their own rail, you know? They want their own personal space. They want their rail to be exactly aligned with the flatness of the earth. So if there's a bump or a valley in the road, you have to build a bridge for the damn fucking train. This is absolutely outrageous. You know, so much infrastructure, so much maintenance. For what purpose exactly? When in the end, it makes so much noise as well. Noise that is the biggest drama in my life. I don't want noise. I want to escape that shit. I live next to a railroad. It's old, I imagine. But that's another thing that happens. It gets old. Roads barely get old as the railroads do. Economy can make up a bunch of things. But is it really net positive to have trains? Again, just the factor of noise has to be taken in. The noise pollution is real and it affects other people. Yes, we haven't found a cool solution, no hyperloop yet, to transport anything significant and fast. It's very different, right? We're transporting goods. I still don't know if it's really, really necessary. One thing for transporting people, also, very question mark. Buses are convenient. And convenience is most powerful thing, while trains are kind of rare. That makes them inconvenience. The first time I used train in UK, I realized that UK's train system is absolute fucking dog shit. Why is that? Why is it so hard to use trains for the right purpose to just transport people? Why did the train have to stop and I had to, you know, go to another train? Wow, that's interesting. Not only trains are rare, they are not flexible enough. And if you miss your train, you're fucked. You have to book the train, basically. I don't understand, guys. What the fuck are we doing as humanity, letting trains exist? And it's even worse, because people actually defended the idea. But what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, it's like you book a flight, you book a train, and if you miss it, it's over. You're fucked. And I did that too. I had to reseat from one train to another in UK, and I missed a train at the same time. First time using the train in UK. Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me? And here I have a train next to me making so much noise, probably losing productivity of people by 10%, whoever lives near. And there's hundreds of people who live near. Productivity, sanity, all kinds of mental resource, and just ability to fucking communicate in that moment. Oh no, wait, the train is going, we can't communicate, you know. What the hell? Not only is the best suicide destination, you know. You know what the biggest problem in a history is? The trolley problem, you know. Except the problem is that trolley even exists. What the who made trolley in the first place? So I understand people want to lay down on the railroads, but what the fuck is the trolley, bro? What is this? That makes no sense. Why does this exist? What is this alien spacecraft? Killing certain amount of people either way. Wow, we definitely respect trains. This is really good for us as a society. Fucking crazy. Suicide destination. We just treat it as normal. My goodness, bro. I want to read some fucking comments right now down below because, man, people just have the most delusional way of thinking. Maybe they think that there are other countries and they do much better than them. Maybe they have tried some trains themselves. I don't know, man. They romanticize. American train sucks. UK train sucks. My country train sucks. So far, I haven't been able to get outside of the bubble where trains do not fucking suck. Alright? I understand. We sometimes need technology that's different from everything else and has capacity to do other things. But we really have to spin our heads around and figure out a way to replace trains with something that actually makes sense. Because right now, it does not. That would be a terrible idea. What? A train? That's a terrible idea. Exactly. Now, it's a shame that Americans don't have any public transport and they went private mode and everyone has to have a car. It's a shame, but this is not public transport, guys. This, I believe it's still as deadly as cars are. I don't know how often derailments happen, and it sounds weird. Why would train be as deadly? But yeah, there are statistics of deaths. There's not a lot of trains in the world, by the way, and there's still deaths happening. What? There's still derailments happening. Americans don't even have that many trains. They're still making derailments. What are you talking about? Derailment ever? That should be as rare as a train exploding as it's landing. Oh wait, now we're having that as well. Well, I hope planes are not bullshit. We would be running out of things to do as humans. We would just sit there in our rooms because everything else around us is bullshit. I know cars are pretty bullshit. So let's read some of this crazy stuff. Best railway system we have, Switzerland. All right. They have the best democracy and the fucking most expensive country in the first place. Of course, everything. Of course, workers will work harder in the most expensive country that you don't want to even live in fucking Switzerland. So just because they have a fucking railway system doesn't mean that you would like to be in Switzerland ever, I would imagine. So no, thank you. Wrong answer. I haven't explored exactly, so that's what I heard. Too expensive. Fuck that, please. Yeah. I don't know what satire touch grass, bro. If you live near tracks, expect trains. Wow. Expect lots of traffic. Like, none of these things are good. And it's, well, something that people have to be worried about with my video. Maybe don't live near tracks. There's no use of a train. Yes, I actually traveled from with a train to capital. Nothing bad really happened, you know. The problem is that I suffered from trains more than I needed them for travel. The need for travel is like very minuscule, but the interaction with the train noise is major. Let me repeat that. Traveling, using trains, very slim chance. Being annoyed by trains, very, very often. All right? Cool, isn't it? What is that? So do I really have utility from the train? No, I do not. It's railways are where houses should not even exist. There should be no civilization next to railroads, but we thought otherwise in the past. So if your railroads are actually old and the trains are loud and long, you are fucked. You know, your society is a little bit butt-fucked by a big-ass giant vehicle. Interesting. What else do we have? Of course. Is it satire? Ha 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 ha! Trains are amazing. Look at Japan, Korea, and all these Asian countries, right? I said my argument is very simple. Asians love rules. They will make sure that everything is perfect and they follow rules very carefully. Establishing any form of technology in Asian countries is easier than making a toast with a toaster, bro. France, Germany, and more. Can't wait to discover what are those railroads about if they have such great reputation. However, I don't have the information yet. You know, that I'm not sure how much video I will have, but I will dig deeper, do a bit of research, because countries are being mentioned, you know, left and right. All those countries have excellent modern train systems, blah, blah, blah. You can travel between cities. Great. Is it for travel? Really? We're gonna build railroads for travel? Are you insane? We're gonna mess up the road infrastructure and add the rail infrastructure instead? That makes no sense. People just don't understand the downside that the train makes by merely existing, merely requiring things. And then the question is maintenance. What is the maintenance? Who will tell me how long that fucking cost to ensure that it is an excellent and modern train system? In North America, well, yeah, cool, isn't it? It gets old and outdated. Ancient, yeah, crazy. We need more and better trains, actually. Are you sure about that? Now, trains are faster than anything else we do, right? But travel is not about being faster. You know, again, who needs that? You feel that you need to travel so much faster, but you shouldn't really need to travel at all. Or at least not as often. Computers, technology, ability to communicate in long distances, those are the good inventions that stop us from traveling, stop us to wasting time just to visit a person or some bullshit like that. We can work from home as well. We don't have to commute all the time. Train stops are far and few between. You're not going to catch a train that easily. Not going to jump in and catch a train. Stopping the train is a little interesting. You also cannot have... There's another very interesting thing. You can't have too many trains. How many trains can you actually cram for them to actually start replacing the transportation system? There's a lot of people that can use buses. There can be multitude of buses. It's the most scalable thing. Trains are not scalable. You cannot just squeeze more trains on the railroads. It's only going to make matters worse. Do people understand how absurd this is? The train system? Especially for transporting people? Wow. Bro. And now that AI is going to start replacing all the transportation with self-driving vehicles, things are going to get even worse. And it's like you still need more trains? Are you fucking insane? Oh, this must be satire. Fucking assholes, man. With one brain cell. AI will start replacing trains. Then what? You know? This is going to be the most convenient thing. You wouldn't even need to drive a vehicle or care about... The vehicle will come to you. Like, we should be prepared to remove trains from society by now. We don't give a fuck. Instead, you know, we just praise that shit. Yeah, this is the only thing can transport a lot of gallons of something, right? Cool. And more transport. Congratulations. I'm sure capitalism will thank you for that. You know. Road death. 1.34 people per. And EU deaths. 100 million passenger. Too bad I don't know, bro. The fact that there's deaths in the first place, besides all the downsides, we're not even, like, saving human lives, bro. By the way, it's not about saving human lives, bro. It's about ending slavery. We have to end the slavery where, like, there's so many jobs all of a sudden because the infrastructure of railways is an alien design that needs to be maintained by, like, really fucking tough people right now. And we get to see it in this video. You know? We get to finally take a peek into some kind of form of maintenance. And I'm so glad that it revived the trains are bullshit video because, yeah, whimsical. What is this? What is his glasses, bro? It makes him look so dumb. This is crazy, bro. Is it zoom in glasses or something? Roads can be used in a multitude of ways. Rails cannot. The flexibility is intensely useful to reach places that you wouldn't normally be able to reach. To use any form of transportation that you want. Electric scooter, let's go. You decide. You get to decide what is safe for you. You can't drunk and drive a train, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding me? That's the only easy part of, like, well, you can't possibly drunk and drive because the train moves only forward. That's it. That makes things a lot easier. There's still deaths, bro. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Are you kidding me? You're telling me that when a vehicle just has to move forward, there's still gonna be deaths involved. Wow, humanity's really fucked. We can't even, like, save anyone with an alternative of transport that's, like, really, really different. I don't expect people to be smart and put everything together. This is why this video exists. And keep watching, subscribe, you know, support my channel. We have to get to the bottom of this. I know it might sound weird for one person to just, like, discover the truth about trains and open your eyes. But it's goddamn awfully necessary, dude. Light rail, much less noisy, thank God. We should get more of those, you know. But we cannot destroy rails and build new ones. It's really hard to do. you know? So we just let it rip, you know? Whatever's happening around to this day, you know, like save me from the train noise. What are you gonna do? All right, what are you gonna offer me? Oh, just go live somewhere else. That's the only solution. There's not like, wow, the cars could just build a road or something. You have to remove the entire rail and do something entirely different. You know, the solution to my problem of trains are noisy, holy shit, does not exist whatsoever. High speed, yeah, don't go to China. China is an anomaly, all right? And I wouldn't recommend going to China just to experience the high speed rail. Wow, how cute. I'm yet to like put it together in a nice way where I can definitely convince people that China is worse than Russia, you know? The fact that they have nice technology, you should not be compelled to use it as an argument about anything. Because this technology comes along with a culture, with a requirement of culture, of people required to care, of maintaining every piece of technology and making it as perfect as humanly possible. Cost higher than the roads. Thank goodness I am correct on that. But you need a lot less tracks to transport amount of people. Wrong. Wrong. That's not less. That's more, because you will not be able to put a person from destination A to destination B. You're gonna have railroad like this, right? And oh shit, I have to go over here, use the railroad, and then wow, we can transport people, so many more people with less road. Oh wow. But what about those areas where I cannot use the train? You know? This is one of those sonic pathways. Oh, a rail fell into my place. I can use it to slide faster, slightly faster. But this convenience is not guaranteed for everyone. All right? And the further A and B are from the tracks, you might not be able to use the railroad at all. You know, just because it has a higher capacity to transport people doesn't mean that people can actually use the damn fucking train tracks, you know? And obviously, we went back and forth because that's how it goes. Highways are too. Oh man. Too bad I don't live next to a fucking highway. And this guy had the balls to ask for part 2 because we both knew it has to move on. We're on the right tracks. There was 20-car pileup on a freeway. I guess I'll take the train. Ooh. Yeah, like, why can't we have proper actual transportation? Like, we definitely not trains, please. All right? I'll definitely take the... No. Nah, bro. Pileup. Of course. So many graphics we have seen, right? Of there's one bus versus a ton of cars. This is what it is. And this should be like, if there's a pileup, a bus scoops everyone up and moves on. You can't leave a car behind, but like it's these sort of graphics, like, yeah, I can understand that. This is fair. Buses should have their own roads. And when you see too many people are using cars, you just use the bus instead, you know? But you shouldn't think of like, oh, I will use train instead. That's cool. Yeah, if it's convenient for someone at some point, it doesn't justify the existence of trains, though. My favorite is putting a train in the middle of the road where you can actually use the road. Wow, that is a great idea. Why can't trains just use roads like normal things with wheels, all right? And technically with AI, we can actually build a train system where, you know, the big-ass vehicle that can transport insane amount of material just drives the road. Designated roads that you can't really use, all right? Unless it's really clear and safe. Like red painted road of like, you better be careful on this road because there's trains coming, but those trains might still be able to stop for you. And guess what would happen? Not that motherfucking much noise. The funny thing is, the coolest thing about train, the choo-choo, is more noise. You know, why we need more noise? Why do we need to like warn people that train is coming? Yeah, if we have to warn people about something, it's probably because it's bullshit. It's still happening, at least for me. Maybe I live in a fucking bubble. I don't know. But from my perspective, you have to just respect my perspective that trains have been bullshit my whole life. My whole fucking life, they have been bullshit. The little utility that I got from it was absolutely nothing, and I didn't like being a capital city anyways. I just got hurt by being there. The only good thing about train is actually that you will never get lost in a city because you can follow the train tracks. It's the funniest thing to me. If you're using train tracks and you're moving away from the city, that means that the train station is the other way. But I mean, that's kind of like a very weird use case as well of this ugly ass infrastructure that literally helps you identify where this train station is. So cute. See, like, the NPCs are trying to open their mouths. They're working very hard on this one. I think this is a very, very good comment, since I liked it, obviously. People generally liked this one comment over here. Expect trains, bend over. The NPC overlord has came in and said, bend over to the trains. Expect trains and expect lots of traffic and lots of noise. There's no escape, bro. We shouldn't be expecting that. We should call it for the bullshit it is. That's the whole point of calling things bullshit, because they are annoying. Why am I supposed to expect and just bend over? That's not how this video works, guys. A lot of things that make perfect sense in Europe don't make sense in America. Trains and public transport in general make sense in Europe because it's highly connected and it all works. Trains make sense. Well, yeah, because you're actually like really moving from one country to another, not just states. So it's convenient for people who wouldn't really know what's going on. It's like a lot easier to just take a train in a way, because you're moving like from capital to capital in a sense, right? Train makes sense when there are lots of connections. Just like one telephone doesn't make sense. Even two doesn't make sense. Yeah, we went committed on them trains, boys. And it's just another point of bullshit. You gotta commit to the bit, and holy shit, is that bad? Because that bit is very expensive. Oh boy. Yeah, Europeans definitely need like transport goods between each other as well. All that shit, right? It's different countries at this point. Value of trains increases by the number of connections. Really well said. Not a troll comment. Not saying that this must be satire, please. You must be stupid. I haven't needed a car for 7 years because I can get a train to go pretty much anywhere I need to go. I haven't needed a car in my lifetime. I mean, I would not be able to go to work with a train. I'll tell you that much, okay? Trains do not help you travel to your workplace, the most important travel destination. unfortunately. So I'm not sure how you don't need a car for 7 years or whatever, because most of the people would not have this crazy ass exception and they have to drive to work. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? My mind is twisty bendy. But when an NPC reads this, it's like, I got owned. It's over, bro. Your situation got worse. Eat my shorts. Gurunext situation just got worse. He got owned by an exception to the rule. Oh boy. For me, a car doesn't make sense because it was just a money pit that I hardly ever used. Yes, cars are also not a replacement to the bullshit that trains are. If I ever need a car, I can hire one. Great, but someone will still have to maintain that car for you. All right? Which is great. Like, that's what they're specialized in. Everyone should just hire cars. Everyone should just be an Uber in a way, right? So everyone should just be waiting around. It's like, there's 10 Ubers over there. Just go, take a seat and just, like, move on. Just easy, right? Ubers, taxis, let's fucking go. You just find one, hop in, bam, slam, you're going to work. Some people might actually need a car, but car became like this kind of object of flexing around, of like, look, I have a car, I can drive around wherever I want. But it's just such a dumb-ass move for people to be like, oh, look, I am cool because I have a car and I have a driver's license. That's a whole other bullshit video. Okay, cars are a whole other bullshit video to be discussed of like, how do we wipe them off the fucking face of the earth? How do we establish something? Establishment is coming. People have to bend over, not to the fact that trains will exist forever, but the fact that establishment is coming. A new form of technology will wipe old technology as if it never fucking existed. So please, prepare to say trains goodbye. I'm pretty fucking certain about that. Thankfully, in the UK, we now have a government that understands the value. If you live in UK and you tell me that you never needed a car because you are enjoying the train rides, man, what is wrong with you, bro? What? UK and enjoying the train ride we have? Nah, bro. This is not only an exception to the rule, this is an anomaly. I didn't notice the rest of this. Understands the value of public ownership of rail system, of course. Under the conservatives, it was sold off to companies who simply extracted money from the public and the government and provided a terrible service. It's now being bought back into public ownership. Sure, it's gonna happen. Trains are obviously better for the environment than trucks and cars. Am I right? Unless they derail, then it's like, oops. Yeah, there can be trucks and cars crashes and all that shit as well. Better for the environment is a very weird thing to say because it's noise pollution, remember? But trucks and cars would also cause noise to some extent. After I seen motorcycles, bro, they make so much noise that trucks and cars just pale in comparison, while trains actually kind of comparable to the motorcycles. And I'm like, if you can achieve higher level of noise pollution, you are the problem, and you're a much bigger problem than this. Imagine this much noise. Every now and then a car passes, right? And then this much noise. Whoa. Just kind of like flattens out and then boom. Boom. Your capacity to noise is sometimes like this becomes white noise. It's okay. But this is always gonna throw you off every single time. You'll get used to it eventually, but it's a tough one, man. You simply haven't ran out of land yet. The funny thing about trains, well, it's not funny. You can have metro station. You can put trains underground. And this is probably something I don't have problems with. Funny enough, well, that sounds good. There's no distractions. The trains don't make noise, nor disrupt traffic. They just live in their own alien universe, the metro station. Beautiful. I don't know what to say. It sounds pretty good to me. And technically, if every train just lived in a metro station, but like you cannot build rails underground forever, right? You will have to go outside and disrupt people anyways. Because you can move things about using electricity without pollution. That's another thing, and that makes sense. This one is interesting, right? This guy has a perspective that if we commit to something, we might be able to have a faster and cooler system of transportation in that sense. But we have to really nail it next time. All right? If we have a bunch of wires that can, like, hold drone vehicles or something, like, you have a bunch of wires in the sky and it just, like, it's a pod in the sky, just moves forward. I mean, I like that idea. There has been stuff like that before made. A rail in the sky or something? Yeah, look at that. That looks cool. Fuck yeah, dude. Now, I wouldn't necessarily turn it into a train. I would just use this to hold the train together and just like... But yeah, now it's another thing that does not touch roads. But now you need all these pillars. If you can make this smaller, connect them to like houses or pre-existing infrastructure, maybe it would make sense. I don't know, like we have to think about ideas and open our mindsets to greater possibilities. We have committed to trains and I'm not happy about that anymore. You can also move a lot of, stand by next to a train pulling lots of containers. And you'll see that's what it is. This is a genuine comment, but with an anomaly in place. UK, guys. No, this is the most liked comment. Mentioning all these places that just have better. Why the fuck Korea even needs a train? What the hell are we talking? Why Japan needs a fucking train system? It probably has one railroad or something. And it's all already better than everyone else's? What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Railway map in Japan. There's actually quite a lot, and the city-scape is also entangled in it. You would think it just like needs one rail across the island, but they do use a lot of that. I'm a little bit surprised because Japan is known for having a lot of natural disasters. I'm not sure how they maintain those rails to make them safe enough versus the elements. Trains also potentially make sense as a thing that travels across water, of all things. You wouldn't think that that makes sense, but when traveling to UK, you can actually take a train and there's like a underwater thing going on. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure exactly. But these kind of make sense as like a water type vehicle to attempt to connect lands. But still, like, well, and you would transport like cars with it, with the train. It's weird. Yeah, maybe that detour was not something I'm experienced in properly. There's the ferry, right? But I really use some kind of railroad. One of those high-speed rails. Like, look at this. There's this railroad right there, right? It connects UK and France. That's a pretty powerful move for a train to do. Is that all the train tracks that France has? That's not a lot. Again, it might actually make sense as transport between cities. That's fine, right? People don't quite understand like the impact of noise, and maybe they're fine with that, right? They get to live with that. It's like it doesn't hurt that much to them. It hurts to me and my big ass brain that doesn't store facts. It stores really many principles and like logical solutions to things. And I have to constantly think, not to remind myself, but think. And noise is really disturbing to me and disrespectful. Just the fact that we have to talk about trains in the first place in a negative sense is like, you know where it's coming from. All right? And it's not coming from a person who wants to use trains at all. I don't want to use trains. I don't want them to exist. Some trains come with walls to kind of separate the train tracks from the rest of the... It turns into like a valley inside city-scape. I've seen that in UK. Let's look around train tracks in the city and how they look. Oh, I see it. You see it? I saw it, bro. I already saw it. There's like these fences being built. And the moment the fence is being built, it's a lot harder to cross the road. Look at all these, like this valley drop that's happening here. A transition between a normal land and a train track. Train tracks are so difficult to like get across, especially when there's a lot of train tracks near the city. These walls is what I'm talking about. I believe there's a road on top of all of this. And this is just literally a valley going down into the train nonsense, basically. The infrastructure just doesn't blend together at all. And in the cities, trains are even more viciously different and alienating the place. Making actual commute much more difficult because you have to find a way to... Where's the road that will lead you here to the city? All of this is cut off. All of this is destroyed. You know? So while there's some convenience of the trains, there's a lot of convenience completely lost. And you're just not going to cross this. You just got to be in your tight circle where the train hopefully, you know, does this to your city, right? This is your railway. But then what the city has to do, they can't expand. It literally creates a wall barrier over, like, if there's a lot of rails going on and they're circling your city, you're surrounded, bro, by bad technology. It's crazy. You understand why there has to be walls. Eventually, and this is a pretty common occurrence, is because of the elevation. The train tracks can barely move up and down. Barely, bro. Horrible infrastructure, horrible maintenance. There can be even problems with... The government wanted to take control over the tracks away from the private companies. I'm not sure what the ups and downs of that is. I'm not going to dive deep into that at all.
Do that all over again.
So let's watch this video, not all over again, but let's just watch every single detail of this. I will slurp this off the ground because I have to prove my point.
Let's torch previously on
Let's torch it. That's what should happen to the train, bro.
potassium, we are known as thermite reactions.
Good for the environment. Trains are good for the environment, remember? Oh, sure. Explosion, bro.
Crazy.
That is crazy, bro. So good for the environment. Look at that.
Initially,
Initially, I thought trains exist, but they actually
thermite found
bullshit.
limited took a bit more
Took a bit more convincing. We need termites, bro? What the
Convincing.
fuck?
One sound that everyone associates with railroads.
That's the sound, bro. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make the torture stop, please. That's what I... also, phones suck too, don't they? Phone calls suck. Everyone agrees on that. Phone calls are bullshit. But yet, this technology is just gonna rot in so many places. It's so sad. I want to see the good side of trains. If people say that Korea, Japan is a thing, and they have train... Hey, South Korea, you have good trains. That, more points to you. So yeah, I want to see the good side of this. And maybe there's going to be part 3 where I do something like... That's what bullshit episodes are about. It's just evergreen videos. I love that part. My perspective can change over time, somehow.
Sound of passing over the join between Next.
I don't hear that anymore.
This looks cool.
Vibrations in the tracks, so they required frequent maintenance.
Not only maintenance is hard because there's literally physical objects instead of a fucking road. He said word frequent, guys. I'm scared.
So you might expect that after thermite was invented, to grow by
This is where we were,
6
guys.
millimeters in derailments.
This is kind of crazy. What kind of big boy shit do you have to pull into this deserted location to save the train's life? How do you save a derailment? What the fuck is this shit, bro? How do you do that, even? Like, there's no actual roads connecting. You can't use the railroads to save the train. What kind of massive technology do you have to pull up here to remove the derailment? Are you fucking kidding me? Do you understand how much education you have to cram into people's heads to help them comprehend why trains should even exist, let alone know how to use enough technology to fix this? What is going on? Like, it's literally a pile of junk now. If it loses its wheels... With a car, like, you tow a car, it's just like, fuck that, it's trash, no one cares. But with this one, it's literally like a building falling down just because, you know, oh, oops, happened, and building just fell down, oh, oopsies, you know. What the hell are we talking about, man? My mind is getting blown
So if someone
so
pitched,
bad. The funniest thing about trains is the worst thing of all. Sabotage. That is insane. How easy it is to sabotage trains. What the? Just remove one piece of rail and they're fucked. Isn't that funny? The easiest sabotage of all time. To derail a train, anyone can do it, you know, and we should teach that in schools at this point because it's that fucking easy.
So the tram rails were the first ones that were interested in how can we kind of get rid of this ta-tak.
Oh, man. It got annoying,
It's kind
guys.
of annoying, you know,
I imagine.
in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street. Hilarious, bro.
That was basically...
They put trains in the middle of the street?
First, I'll show you how I did it. Oh man, this is difficult.
Isn't it so, Veritasium? Isn't that so? Interesting job for, suitable for everyone to work here. There's no real training needed. It's just a fucking road, you know? For a vehicle. Easy.
We'll compare that with how the pros do it. All
Sure.
experiments were... Okay, we're...
Look, if you need an army of men to maintain something, it is bullshit.
And
German. Where else would you be?
tonight, they're going this rail.
They have nothing better to do, these Germans, bro.
They're gonna do like 100...
Welding a bunch of rail. Fucking
welds tonight.
stupid, bro. They have all this education and they just dumped it over here because that's where all education
When you're
goes,
welding
man.
rail for real, they're touching each other. And the first step in welding rail is therefore to create a gap into which we'll...
Yes. Surely that's an interesting thing to do. Like, look at this nighttime job, by the way. How is that legal? What the fuck is this shit? I want to come up to one of these NPCs and be like, why are you doing this to yourself? A nighttime job. Imagine that, of maintaining some fucking tracks. My mind is getting blown every single second of this video, bro.
pour the liquid thermite steel.
Surely thermite steel is like super easy and cheap to get, you know? Like, surely we're not just wasting fucking liquid gold. Cost of thermite steel, boys. I imagine this gonna weld like 20 tracks or something. One weld requires $1 of termite. Doesn't sound that bad. I don't think it's 20. I don't know. It looks kind of expensive still. Expensive procedure. You have a lot of men working on this. This is like, it requires like equipment beyond your wildest dreams. This is alien technology. I'm just repeating this to you guys.
Circular saw.
Let's do this.
Out
You have to cut it too.
in the field, they
Okay.
have their torch.
Now the question is that have anything to do with maintenance or not? So I can't quite throw this at you and be like, this is how the train tracks have to be maintained. I don't know. It just looks like way too much. Way too much, bro.
That is really exhausting.
You made it to the exhausting part of the video, guys.
Rail so the weld will make a seamless connection. Both rails have to be angled slightly
Yeah, just so much work. For one piece. Oh, one piece!
up toward the gap. Rail is poured in, it will contract as it...
I don't think it's just a couple of ounces. It feels like a lot, bro. That's getting poured in. Feels like $5 worth of termite steel. Or a whole fucking pack. If you buy it in bulk, maybe it's like $4. Just this one weld.
That force
And overall, it's like $10 overall cost.
more metal.
Surely we can transport enough goods to actually make up for the cost that trains do. Well, we can't. We can and never. Just again, the loss of productivity of people around will make up for trains being absolute garbage. And you're definitely not going to become more productive when trains will not help you commute into your workplace. That as well. Trains will also be a barrier from you and a workplace. That as well. And will make your work, again, more difficult if there's noise coming from trains. Or the maintenance of trains can also, I imagine, make noise. I have seen it. I didn't hear the noise. But yeah, it's happening all the time. The maintenance, I imagine, is just very common thing. I've seen it many times at this point.
Perfectly flat.
Yeah, we really hope that that's the case.
We will check. There's no
The German vibe is in here so deep.
gap at the moment.
Throws out the vertical alignment and vice versa. I'm lucky I had help, or
Yeah, you should seek help, guys, when you're doing this
would've been
job.
here
You should seek help.
hours. When we
He would be here for hours in just one welding point, just to learn that one thing. What's going on? It's getting worse and worse, bro.
were finally, and we made a terrifying discovery.
Full circle back,
Our
boys.
rail is twisted. Twist the rail.
How do you untwist the rail, though? He did not explain
This,
that
of
part.
course, throughout the vertical and in the field, the guys align the rail so quickly and easily, it really is an art.
Yeah, it's an art. And an art requires sacrifice, human sacrifice, bro.
It's really
Yeah, let's now put this thing together. Very convenient. Sounds like maintenance is also a very fun thing to
important to
do.
align the torch get heated equally.
I mean, I think that maybe
Looks pretty good to me, absolutely,
a little
boy.
bit that one touch.
Maybe just a little bit that way. Maybe Veritasium should just go a little bit that way, okay? It's just like, Man, I hate this, bro. I have to respect it's a video, but nah, bro.
There's one more.
Oh, now another attachment. Let's go,
and align
baby.
both sides.
What the fuck is going on, bro? At this point, like, anyone working for these railroad companies or whatever, we can just dunk on them, bro. Just like they're the dumbest people. You guys are the dumbest fools. You should be working at McDonald's, bro. Fucking hell.
It's tight.
And I heard that's a dunk in American, but in Europe, it's like, you should work at McDonald's. It's like, where? They are hiring?
Because liquid
Looks pretty good. I hope so. I didn't expect us to get it this good on our
Oh, so funny.
first,
so funny.
first go after just the
Oh, so
trouble aligning the
cute.
rails. The lining the rails is one of the hardest parts at start. It's madness. And seals.
Oh, yeah, we need more like sand and clay and bullshit just to make sure that the termite doesn't fucking run away.
I will start sealing this side.
Yep.
You can start sealing this.
How? How did we end up like this, bro? The rails were not twisted. Humanity is.
I start sealing with hand.
and to make sure
Do this in stand-up comedy, bro. And my goodness. I could do the best stand-up comedy with the shit that I am discovering across the world, bro.
you pack in additional sand, then it's time for one of the most crucial steps.
What is it? Pour the liquid? Fucking steel or whatever? Nah, bro.
To preheat the rail.
What the fuck is... Are you fucking kidding? It's like a baby. Every single gap is like a fucking baby. You have to carefully preheat it. Oh my god, bro. Everyone who is not doing this job can be proud of themselves, you know? Fucking crazy. Oh my god, I'm not living in hell because of trains existing. Oh my god, they have created the most hellish type of job I've ever seen.
Put it in. Tightens it.
Preheating is essential for a few reasons. First, it gets rid of any
It gets rid of all this toxic shit in your pockets, in your wallets, called money.
moisture and other volatiles in the mold,
You feel like the money burning right
which would
now.
create bubbles when the molten steel is
All this energy wasted just to fucking put fucking rail together, back together again. Wow.
rate of heat
The NPCs gotta fight me a lot harder this time in the comment section if they want me to be convinced that train is not bullshit.
transfer depends on the difference in temperature below.
Yeah, we have to preheat it, bro. You know, we have to melt the ice off this fish or whatever. You're preheating, bro. Meat.
We will.
There's 6 steps of just connecting 2 pieces of metal, bro. 6 steps.
And we will cool it. And now you
I want to save these people,
try
bro.
to break it.
It's crazy.
Breaks very easily.
That's because when steel cools rapidly, carbon
Oh no, there's so many use cases of preheating. We don't want steel to break.
atoms get trapped in the
Aw.
mass, creating a structure. And that forms a martensite is
How can you know which steel is brittle and which steel is not, you know? Imagine, bro. Like, there had to be enough mistakes made that, like, just it derailed just a bunch of trains, and it's like, oh, oops. You know, we got that martensite, bro.
really hard.
Oh, yeah, we just have to wait a couple of minutes, you know?
Oh my goodness.
Finally. Oh, my goodness, what?
At research facilities.
Yeah, you should stop doing that and go into trash pile. I'm tired of this. Science is so beautiful.
We're forming molten steel and also molten aluminum
And it's good for the environment.
oxide.
Fireworks over and over again, huh? Oh, beautiful. Don't make them forest fires happen by accident, guys.
All these demos.
This job sounds like it's dangerous, guys. This literally looks like hell.
So this mold. These are
Oh, the mold also gets destroyed in the process. Single use. Oh, wow. So what did it cost us? $40? $50 for one fucking gap fixing? Please tell me this is not real life anymore.
And now we put it on.
then
I could have bought a car for that $50,
used
bro.
a weld
I could have bought a car out of this fucking gap. An electric scooter or something, bro. Some kind of vehicle better than train.
Here that can create up to 20.
Oh, let's shear off process. Step number 7. That's the whole video, bro. The fucking fixing the gap was the whole Veritasium video. Do you understand where you live right now? This is reality, not alien universe. We found them, though. Area 52 is in every gap of this rail.
It's done.
Higher technology, bro. We have invented higher technology just to make it look stupider.
We hammered off the remaining.
Step number 8! For fuck's sake! What is happening here, bro?
In 2 phases.
It's not normally. There's no words that's normally to describe this shit. Step number 8, bro.
First, there's a rough grinder.
Bro, I want to be a babysitter or something. Give me a job. I don't want to ever see this ever again. I want to build companies now. God, please give me power to save these people from trains.
And the only grind we've done before.
What a top comment says. Oh my god, get an initial discount. Thanks for the shout out, of course. Gives me appreciation that I'm traveling across hellscape this whole time. Oh my, so much work has to be done to maintain the rail so I don't fall off the fucking train tracks. Oh yes, we appreciate you, train conductor. We appreciate you so much right
That's
now.
rough grinding right there.
Ridden over one of your thermite welds.
Ooh, I hope they're not a common thing.
They will.
100%.
100%.
Oh, my first.
My first weld. Oh, so hot. Oh my god, I'm sweating.
This is what you have done because the orientation of the crystals
Say that out of the
inside the
context.
steel is not the same.
Fucking hellscape, bro.
You can see the different structures of the crystals even.
3 different zones. You can still see a bit strong bond.
Oh, I'm feeling such a strong bond with this video that I just made.
A good
Of about 3 millimeters.
Oh, there's regulations for the gap.
Of each
Oh,
rail.
I'm so sorry,
The final
dude.
zone is resulting.
Oh, crystal structure really changed. I'm so interested in this science that I'm putting in my head right
in a
now.
smaller grain structure.
Oh yeah, it's just small grain structures that's entering my brain and damaging it
This is
really
known as
fast.
the heat-affected zone.
Oh fuck yeah, my brain is overheating
If
right
you
now.
measure the hardness across the well, both in terms.
This is why no one should fucking watch Veritasium, bro. He's just exploring hellscape now. He's way more excited when he's closer to hell.
Hardness and if a weld breaks,
Yeah, I definitely need to. That's very entertaining YouTube video.
it's almost
Oh
always
wow!
heated.
by
Millions of people will watch this. Am I right? Surely they will come out a lot smarter than not
heating up and then recrystallization.
from this video.
100, basically. We create one test weld,
$51.
and we analyze. They put this in.
I'm being minimalistic when I say $51. This is the minimum possible amount for a stupid fucking weld.
Right? And then
150 tons?
The gamer moment, guys. Let's go. Prepare yourselves.
Every year, around 2 million welds are performed using thermite.
We multiply that by 2 million every year. And that's just welding maintenance. What is it, in Germany? What's the scope of this 2 million, bro? What the fuck? Let's say in Germany, bro. We're just wasting 50 mil just left and right or something? Because, you know, it's like much more than that. It's probably a 500 mil. No, it's 100 mil, so it probably goes to 500. It's basically $1 billion for the rail maintenance every year. What the hell are we talking about?
50 kilometers of railroad create.
You said the wrong statistics, brother.
Landing.
I'm interested in something else than, oh wow, we created so much liquid steel.
process, and you have to
That's a lot of respect is required.
properties with respect to bending, with respect to tension, with
You gotta respect, man.
respect to hardness.
Jesus. And respect that trains should never have existed.
That's a process that needs to be kind of replicated every time, a million times a year.
Who would have thought the smartest people are on the train tracks
So
doing their suicide thing in different forms
with all this
every
continuously
time?
welded rail sides, which are unconstrained,
Thank you for answering the question. You didn't have to say anything else. That's where the rail expands. Top? The top? Very interesting.
It's also some vibrations and much less maintenance.
Okay.
Reading from practical engineering, actually, you don't want to miss part 3.
There's part 3? Where's part 1? What am I missing here? The bro is just taking me by surprise.
After seeing so much thermite,
I googled it, and it's like fires caused by termites can quickly spread in urban areas, leading to a large-scale destruction of homes, schools. That's what I want to read. Absolutely, we have a need for termites as well. Ability to ignite large fires, bro. Wait, environmentally friendly. But it's oxidation reduct. What do you mean? Allergic reaction, itching on skin. If not managed properly, byproducts of termite reactions can lead to soil and water pollution. So when we remove tracks, we probably will still have polluted soil. How about that? Termite materials can be energy intensive. Well, we saw it's $14. That's just what I can go with. So guys, all right, are you convinced? Do we need that episode number 3? See you guys next time. Trains should go over here and help Veritasium, live his life in the reality of science. Beautiful.